Hello and welcome to Persona 5 Royal, where, oh boy, some things have unfolded between episodes. The comment section last time pointed something out that I didn't even think to address in the slightest. So, for about 1 second in the last episode, there was a character on screen who I believe was addressed as Pleasant Boy, I think is how they referred to him as in the game, and I noticed him, and I figured, okay, well, if they're drawing attention to this character, he'll probably come up again at some point, so we'll deal with him when he pops up again. I didn't think to stop and talk about him for even a minor second, but you all in the comments were very quick. I was utterly taken aback by the amount of comments that all had the same timestamp, which is when he showed up on screen. And oh boy howdy, are people's reactions to him very polarizing. Some people say that he's their beloved and is the best boy and is great. Other people say he is very much the antithesis of a pleasant boy and is an unpleasant boy who is crap and have warned me that I will not like him at all. You could say I'm concerned about what awaits me in this game, but I suppose the only way to find out is to keep pressing on and see what happens next. Anyway, holy shit, you're pale. Short sleeves are so not for you. Shut up, geez, anyway, did you catch the news yesterday? Watching that famous artist cry his eyes out over all the artwork he's stolen. Same thing happened to Kamoshida, right? Both got weird calling cards too, if you ask me, the same person's behind all this. The news this morning said a group called Justice Aces are the ones behind the cards. I wonder how they get people to confess. I mean, they can't literally be stealing hearts. Blackmail, maybe? Made it. Sprinting first thing in the morning was a bad idea. That does not look like the school uniform that you are supposed to be wearing. Not that I'd be the one to jump on you for not adhering to the dress code, but I think you might be in trouble when you walk through the front doors of the school. Well, that's definitely my personal best, by a lot. That's one thing. Schools were, when I was in school, the one thing, oh great, I'll deal with these two shows in a minute. One thing that the schools always cracked down hardcore on was dress code, but like nothing else. There were far more serious problems going on when I was in school in terms of like disciplinary behavior that needed to be enacted that just wasn't. But dress code, oh boy howdy. If your clothes were even like less than an inch off of what the required mandate was, or if you had anything wrong even to even a minor degree, they'd be on you in an instant. They cracked down hardcore, like without remorse. It was, detentions were handed out left and right if you didn't adhere to the dress code. And it's like, it's the most ridiculous thing. Because, I mean, it's not like people were coming to school dressed in, like, hobo clothes. Like, they didn't come dressed as Aladdin from Aladdin. They weren't following the strict, like, minuscule-specific requirements that they had to. And I get it, like, it's their rules, you have to follow the dress code. I get that. But, conversely, it's always baffled me that the one thing that they always cared about was the dress code, but nothing else. Like, so many other atrocities could be committed and they wouldn't give a single shit, but as soon as the dress code was broken, that's when the hound dog gets released. Whatever. Anyway, how are things going in regard to the matter we spoke of earlier?
I have nothing to report yet.
'Cause you're terrible at your job.
Nothing at all? How many students are there who could provoke a teacher?
I imagine more than you'd think.
I've already narrowed it down. I just can't get any solid...
Sorry, hold on. So, this investigation was started as a result of Kamoshida. Pretty sure there's a lot of students that could provoke him, given how many people he abused.
You knew, didn't you? About Mr. Kamoshida sexually harassing students.
Welcome to the conversation, Makoto.
Sir!
What will come of you asking that?
This investigation is for a just cause, correct?
I believe I understand how flustered this must be making you. I'm sure it was truly shocking for you as student council president to see a peer attempt suicide.
But it was not shocking at all for the teachers who were just like, hey, what are you doing? Get back in the seats, whatever. It's like no one cared at all.
Yes.
We must provide a school environment where all students can feel at ease. That is the most pressing issue we have to tackle at the moment.
So that's your reason behind this investigation on the Phantom Thieves of Hearts? We don't even know if they truly exist. Why are you...
You heard about the incident with that Madarame fellow, I assume?
They said there was a similar calling card to the one used in Mr. Kamoshida's case.
I wish to believe that this is unrelated to our students.
Yes.
That is where I stand. I suggest you devote your energy to the task at hand, not unnecessary questions.
Alright, time to rewind again, because you said some dumb stuff, and we're gonna call out you asking the dumb things. Okay. So, first of all, in regards to how many students can provoke a teacher, pretty sure a lot, given how many people Kamoshida abused. Oh, okay, apparently the L1, R1 buttons can be used to move up and down, good to know. She asked, didn't you, about him sexually harassing students, which obviously he did, and then asked, what are you asking that? And she appropriately responded by saying, I'm making sure that what I'm doing is for a just cause, and I'm on the right side here, and I'm not trying to find an explanation to perhaps potentially sweep what he did under the rug, because this school has made it crystal clear that all they care about is advancing the status of their teams, making sure that they place high in competitions and all that, and don't give a shit about the actual mental and physical well-being of the students in question. So wouldn't surprise me if his motivation, well, I mean, we know his motivation isn't benevolent, we know that for a fact, but I wouldn't surprise me if it was specifically that I just said being his actual specific motivation. So that's why she asked that, and your response is to completely veer off onto talking about Shihu, and how she tried to kill herself, which doesn't have anything to do with anything whatsoever. Then you veer off again by saying that you must provide a school environment where all students can feel at ease, as if that doesn't... What? Okay, so, let's run with this for a second. Like, that's your objective, which obviously isn't, but if it is, the school's already has a student, like, the Phantom Thieves, what they did is what has allowed students to feel at ease. The people who were victims of Kamoshida feel at ease now that he's put away and he's confessed and he's not going to harm anyone else ever again. So, you shouldn't, if that's really motivation, you shouldn't have a vested interest in finding out who the Phantom Thieves are so you can put a stop to them. That doesn't line up with what you say your motivations are here. So, you just completely dodge the question about her asking you if she's on the right side or not. This doesn't, wow. So, like, clearly you're evil. Clearly you're being deliberately deceptive to try to get around her questions. But, I mean, you could do a bit of a better job than this. Like, oh boy. Also, if I were her, I probably would have put a bit of a stronger fight to that. I would have been like, okay, that's all cool, but yeah, you didn't actually answer my question.
Press conference. You mean that guy who was all like, how could I possibly apologize for what I've done? Ah!
You had the student whose description is suave male say that line?
Think it was really those Phantom Thieves? You know, the whole stealing your heart thing? That? There's no way. But then again, it seems too convenient for it all to just be coincidence. Yeah!
How's it going? Have you found our next big target?
It's been like a day.
I just started looking yesterday. No way I'm gonna find one that quick.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. By the way, I decided on the TV station. What about you two?
Huh? Oh crap, the social studies trip. Oh, I just wanna ditch it.
You'd better go to your school activities. Didn't I tell you not to draw attention to yourselves?
Wouldn't me suddenly turning into a good student stand out more?
Quit bickering and go.
Then let's all choose the TV station. I heard we're gonna get to watch them tape a show. Maybe there'll be actresses there.
Oh well, not like I got anything better to do than waiting for info to come in online. Plus, Morgana's right. Showing up will keep the teachers from getting all suspicious of me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that's your motivation for suddenly changing your tune on that answer.
Alright, I'm gonna head back. TV, huh? Maybe I should get a haircut.
Oh dear God.
That guy is such an idiot. I hope nothing happens.
He'll be fine. He's been through worse. Feels pretty great having everyone talk about us, huh? Honorame is the only topic of conversation at my school, as I imagine it would be given It was literally broadcast on the side of the biggest TV in Station Square or whatever, or on Central Street, so I imagine it would be a pretty big topic of conversation. And as I'm his pupil, most of my peers have chosen to ignore me. For real, that's bullshit. Well, I mean, it's a false prejudice in that, like, they obviously shouldn't cast aspersions against him because just because he was working under him shouldn't mean that he was involved with him, especially since he was one of the people that Madarame was abusing. But given the fact that most people are stupid, it doesn't surprise me that they automatically assume that he was in on it and just decides to ignore him. It's not unheard of, unfortunately. No need to worry. They had already been treating me differently from others as it stood. This is nothing new to me. Okay, then. More importantly, do you have any leads on the next mission? You kidding? There's no way we'd find a target that quick. We need to wait and see. Understood. Ooh, we could always go to Mementos instead. I'll keep myself free. Please tell me if anything comes up.
Hey, are you listening?
I swear to God, don't you dare throw another piece of chalk at me. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'll dodge it again. Don't do it. Ah, I told you I dodged it again. You keep, see, I'm learning. You tried to hit me the first time, then I learned to dodge you. I've learned to dodge your chalk. I can't believe he dodged Ushimaru's throw. He's a ninja. I've done it before. I don't do anything, it just happens, but still. Ooh, you got the entire class's attention. Your charm is definitely all I did was move my head to the right a little bit. It's not exactly hard to dodge when you see him coming a mile away. Like, I could tell he was gonna throw chalk at me before he even started to wind up the throw. It wasn't exactly hard to predict. But, I think it's, I don't even do anything. It just kind of happens on its own. Hey!
Senpai,
I won't say no to this.
what a pleasant surprise.
Agreed.
It's really pouring down, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe step underneath. Oh wait, yeah, you are. Okay, I was gonna say step underneath the awning, but it looks like it looks like up at the top there is actually a little bit of an awning that we're standing underneath, so we're fine.
I thought something like this would happen, so I snuck a collapsible umbrella into your bag.
Of course you did. What a considerate kitty.
Well, you do carry me around in your bag all the time. I've got to show my appreciation somehow.
The bag you always complain about being stuck in, despite literally not being stuck in it.
Well, see you around.
Won't you get wet though?
Actually, I forgot my umbrella.
Well, lucky for you, I have a solution to this problem.
But it's fine. I'll barely get wet if I run to the station.
Or,
It'll make for good training.
or,
Huh? But how are... Oh, are you offering to share your umbrella? That'd be wonderful. Thank you so much.
that was, okay, that was
Thanks
a,
again for letting me join you.
I was confused with what was happening there. It was an umbrella style transition shot. That was a neat little transition.
To be honest, prelims are coming up soon, so I didn't want to take any chances of getting sick. Yeah, that's right. 2 huge competitions are coming up. One at the beginning of summer, and one near the end. If I'm going to participate in the prelims, I have to be selected as my club's representative. And there's a qualifier meet to determine who that rep will be. It's my dream to compete in gymnastics on the global level. So, I plan on maintaining a strict training regimen with my coach.
Talk about reaching for the stars, Jesus. You sure are, I'll cheer you on.
I'd be invincible if I had you cheering me on, Senpai.
I mean, it's, you know, good for you and all that, and I hope it works out for you, but... Man, talk about reaching for the stars out of the gate.
Oh, we're already at the station.
Like my advice is usually always, when it comes to aspirations, my advice is always...
From here out.
Is always to kind of, like, you know, for your first foray, and say you start small and you work your way up, instead of... Because the thing I've always said is that if you shoot too high, like, you place all your self-worth and anticipation and funnel all of that into the one huge goal you're trying to achieve. If that ever fails, if you miss that goal, if you don't hit your shot, then it's just gonna come crashing down, and everything you've ever built yourself towards is just gonna come collapsing down in an instant. So that's why my mindset is usually don't aim for the stars immediately, because if you aim too high, then you're just gonna build up your anticipation to something that might come crashing down, instead of kind of achieving small goals along the way to build yourself up to that point eventually. That said, if she wants to go for it, I'll cheer her on 100% and hope it works out for her, because you know what? Tell you what, the thing about shooting for the moon is even if you miss the moon, you'll still land among the stars.
I can't thank you enough for today. I swear, I'll return the favor some...
Hey,
Isn't that Yoshizawa?
You mean the honors gymnast? She gets the VIP treatment at school and a boyfriend to escort her around?
I don't, okay, one, no. Two, there's no way you two would, absolutely no way that, unless they're, like, unless there's some kind of asshole, and they're just deliberately talking loud so that we can be annoyed by them, I don't think that with them being that far away, we would hear them gossiping about us.
Miss Special Snowflake sure is living on Easy Street.
I don't think there's anything easy about trying to become a professional gymnast. In fact, I think that might be the antithesis of what it means to be an easy goal to achieve. I just went on a rant about how it's not easy to achieve that goal, but...
Sorry, you shouldn't have to deal with a misunderstanding like that.
I deal with idiots all the time. That's gonna roll right off my back, and it's not gonna think about it. Look at that. They've gone, I've already forgot them. Great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're right. The same thing happens in class, too. People are often wary of me because I'm an honor student. The school's expecting me to attain strong results in the upcoming competitions, too. They even told me I didn't have to participate in the cleanup event, but I just don't like getting special treatment.
She just keeps getting better.
Oh, excuse me. My father's calling.
And that's where I disappear.
Hello, Dad? What was that? Sorry, my phone's been acting up lately. It's okay. Thanks. Mm-hmm. I'll see you later. Sorry about that. He asked if I needed a ride since it's raining. A bit overprotective, don't you think?
I mean, it's not that out there. I mean, you know, if he offered to pick you up because it's raining, that's a nice thing to do. I wouldn't call that overprotective. You've got a great dad. He must care a lot about you. Well, this can be taken like, he must care a lot about you. Let's just be direct. You got a great dad. That sounds like a nice thing to do.
Yes, I definitely agree. Well, I have to get to practice, so it's time for me to go.
Overprotective would be like, hey, you're gonna hang out with your friends? Well, do you need me to be there at every step of the way? And then I'd be like, no, I don't, like, I love you, and I know you're trying to help, but, like, seriously, I'll be fine on my own. Overprotective, that's what overprotective is. That's called helicopter parenting. Overprotective is not offering to give your kid a ride because it's raining out, you don't want them to have to deal with the rain. I don't know if I push it that far. That sounds like just quality parenthood to me.
Excuse
Seems pretty rough.
But never mind that. Having wet fur is the worst. Try to keep me under the umbrella, would you? I don't know how you wouldn't have been under the umbrella. I mean, you're so on the back of my back. Also, you could have just, like, stayed in the bag and I could have zipped it. Well, I guess I can't zip it all the way shut because then you'd suffocate, but I could leave, like, a crack open and then you'd just be safe from the rain. I don't know. Hey, found some great intel. This time it's bullying by a Kosei student. They call it Queen. She's been ordering around a male student who goes with the name M, kind of like the M in S&M. Does M stand for Mishima? That's a secret. Anyway, here are the details. The girl acting like a queen is Hikari Shimizu. I wonder if it's more likely that a girl will turn out like that if she has S as an initial. Well, I already posted the warning, so you should take it on when you have the time. Hopefully you don't end up an M. What did he mean by S and M? Those are shirt sizes, right? Is it the size of clothes? Anyway, it seems like she's a worthy target. Let's find time to control the others of the hideout. Tatum is just a sign of love. Well, if you listen to certain movies, you might think that. What? Anyway, alright. So, like I said yesterday, the game plan... Well, actually, since we're already in the underground area, so... Well, I just may as well go there anyway. My plan is... My first plan is I want to buy some of the, I want to buy some of those bionutrients from the flower shop, because we haven't done that in a while. I want to keep that plant... I don't think I've been... neglecting it. I like to think I've been striking a decent balance between you know, paying attention to it and making sure it's well watered and not and giving it time to not, so we don't drown it essentially. So we're gonna buy this. That might bite me in the ass, but the other thing we want to do is that later tonight I want to go work at the people shop, which should hopefully increase our. I mean, obviously we're gonna get money, so hopefully we're gonna get a lot of money from that, so we can prepare for future purchases. Yeah, and the other thing I want to do is I want to go to spend time with Maruki. Well, I don't want to do it, but I have to do it because if I want that extra content, I gotta spend time with Maruki. And by the way, you all told me that I don't have to equip these personas. Just having them in my inventory will be enough to increase the confidant rankings when I spend time with them. But it's good to know because it saves me the step of having to actually change between the personas every time I do this. So good to know. Thank you for letting me know that. in the comments. Advice is always appreciated, because I have a feeling I'm going to need all the advice that I can possibly get to make it through this game, especially before the end of the year. We're on a strict timetable here. Anyway, on that note, let's head back to... I find you in the practice building, I believe. So, we'll go to you, and spend time with Maruki. You know, I like how we go from just top of the world spending time with Kasumi, to bottom of the barrel spending time with, Maruki. So, that's how that goes, I suppose. Don't want to open that up again, but it's fine. It's fine, we'll talk to you. Looks like it's raining today. If you're feeling down, it's probably the weather's fault. My research is going really smoothly. It's rising how well it's been going, thanks to our discussions. I was actually hoping you could help me out again today. Well, I would be happy to assist you. Thanks, I'm so happy to hear that. So let's talk in the courtyard. I've been stuck in the nurse's office for the longest time, and I want to change a pace. Yeah, so talking about the rain being depressing, and thus you've taken us outside to the rain. Great. Well, I've just found out that how scary cats can be despite their cuteness. What are you talking about?
So...
It happened on my way to school this morning. I spotted a kitten that had gotten itself stuck up in a tree. I tried rescuing it since I felt bad for it, but I ended up with a clawing of a lifetime for the effort. I had no idea a cat's claws were so sharp. Let's agree with him. Like, they gotta keep his spirits high. Speaking from experience, it really does hurt a lot, but I was able to rescue the kitten, so it was all still worthwhile. See, I've never been scratched by a cat. I have been scratched by a dog. I've been attacked by a dog, I've been attacked by many dogs in my life, but the two that dealt the most damage were actually, interestingly enough, Forgot 45's dogs. I've talked about them on this channel before, so I'm not gonna go into it again. But the brief summary is that her dogs are the size of fantasy creatures, and they just barrel into you. They scratch the hell out of you. I think they actually want to eat me. And one day I'll probably lose my life to those dogs, because they'll probably try to eat me alive. So that's fun. But I've never been scratched by a kitten, thankfully. In fact, any cat I've ever come across has been very kind and sweet and wholesome, and it's been adorable. I was able to rescue the kittens, it was all still worthwhile. All I really have to do is make sure to put antibiotics on the scratches anyway.
Well,
Let's move on and talk about a different kind of pain. We discussed this for a bit last time we talked, actually. The pain felt within one's heart. There are all sorts of ways to identify and diagnose physical injuries and illnesses. But when it comes to pains of the heart, we're working in unknown territory. There's so much we haven't learned yet. Treating trauma sure is difficult when it's invisible. If only we could somehow directly reduce emotional pain in a healthy way, like putting antibiotics on a scratch. I'm assuming that's what you're researching then? Oh, how astute of you. As a matter of fact, you're not too far off the mark. Unfortunate as it may be, we all know there's no topical medicine that can properly heal a heartache. Oh, yeah. Not only that, psychological issues are even more complex. Here, allow me to demonstrate. What are you gonna... What? Oh, woe is me. My heart is in such pain, it's like I'm being pierced through the chest. What the... It's as a torturous burning deep inside me. Are you okay? Sorry, that was a poor attempt at acting. Please don't look at me like that. How did you expect me to react to that abysmal display? Basically, what I'm getting at is our own emotional pain is the only kind we can fully comprehend. That seems obvious, right? But it's absolutely vital to understand. A person's heart, their pain, cannot be seen. Even if they spent their whole lives expressing it to others, there's no way for them to truly grasp it. It's not like we can directly look at their hearts and remove the root causes of their pain. For me to do any good in that area, I need to conduct further research into the heart. More specifically, I need to learn how the heart reacts to the world around it. That's the first stepping stone to a breakthrough in the field. Once it's been figured out, we'll not only comprehend psychological pains that were once unknowable, but we'll even be able to perform more effective treatment for those people with wounded hearts. Well, so, yeah, I mean, obviously you can't feel exactly what someone else feels at any given opportunity, because that's how the human mind works. It's, like, for instance, since it's topical right now for my channel, it's literally impossible for you all to watch the Toy Story movies and get the same emotional reaction out of them that I would. Similarly, some people watching this video, I'm sure Persona 5 is your favorite game of all time. And I am thoroughly enjoying playing through it right now, and it's entirely possible by the end of this LP, this will become one of my favorites of all time, because I gotta be honest, so far, it's really blowing me away. But, that said, for those of you who do have this game as your favorite of all time, I'll never be able to experience it the same way that you will, because it's just going to have a more personal, in-depth emotional connection to you than it will to me. Same way that Toy Story is more intrinsically linked to my heart than some people, and even for other people who do share similar emotional reactions to me for things that I love, it's never going to be a one-to-one replica. But that said, it is still possible to kind of understand what someone is going through. Even if you can't feel the exact emotional pain that someone is feeling, you can still feel the same similar things. Like if someone tells you, my girlfriend just broke up with me, you can be like, I'll never be able to feel exactly what you're feeling because obviously we have two different, like our hearts and our minds are not the same. But you wouldn't say that to someone because even if you can't feel the exact chemical reactions that are happening in their brain, you still understand the pain they're going through, you understand the heartache, you understand what they're feeling because you have been in the situation before, so you can empathize with them and you can relate to them and you can help them work through the emotions they're feeling. So even if we're not all the same in terms of how we react to things, whether it be in real life events or movies or games or just anything in the world that can have an emotional reaction, that we can have an emotional reaction to, but we can reach a point where it's similar enough to the point where we can still talk about it with each other. And in fact, I might even say that the fact that we can experience these things differently, similarly enough to connect, but different enough to actually engage in a thoughtful discussion about it, means that we can share our experiences with how things emotionally relate to us and how we connect with things and kind of discuss different ways in which we process things. So for instance, one person's method of coping with a breakup as someone else's method for dealing with that can be two different things, and you can talk through that with someone to try to get to the root of what it is that's causing the pain right now, and kind of just, I guess, talk through your process for dealing with it. And that's why it's so helpful to be able to discuss those things with someone, because even if you can share a similar experience, you can still talk about the differences in which you process that experience. So it's I mean, yeah, he's right, and he's right in that it's not the same, but it's not the make or break that he thinks it is anyway. You're so kind. I'm no saint. Oh, I know. I just want to do my job well. Well, you're failing. If we can get rid of people's pain, that'd be for the best, right? I'm no fan of pain myself. Well, so, pain is an important thing in the sense that, like, so, like, if, for instance, if a snake bites you, or maybe that's an extreme example. Like, let's say there's a spider crawling on your leg and you don't feel it until it bites down into you. If you remove your pain receptors, you aren't going to feel that spider, and for all you know, it could be a poisonous spider, so you kind of don't want to take away the pain receptors so your brain can respond to what's happening. So, like, it is an important thing as a means of, like, hey, something is physically damaging me, we need to react to this kind of thing. But there is, of course, the ethical quandary of that versus, you know, removing the sad and emotional pain from someone, but that's a way deeper conversation that I don't think we have the time to get into right now. Still, you take the time to listen to what I have to say, and you actually try to understand. Thanks to you, I can tell that I'm actually getting somewhere with my theories. How can I phrase it? I guess I could say that you're making this hazy heartographs idea finally appear before me. And, you know, you could very well become a counselor yourself. I would never do that to myself or other people. Say, would you like to try being my assistant? No! Oh, God, no. I mean, well, so I guess I can't. I guess I kind of have to, because I'm sure that I have to become his assistant in order to unlock the content, so I'll say yes. Surprisingly eager. Maybe you really will become a skilled counselor in the future. Joking aside, I truly am grateful for your assistance. Thank you. Alright then. So long as it ranks it up, that's all I care about. That's our goal, is just rank this up as fast as possible.
Alright.
And I'm sure we're gonna get a phone call from him. Let's put a pin in that for today, shall we? I hope you'll lend an ear again when you got the time to spare. Now, I know you've been waiting for this, so let's get into the mental training. Oh yeah, my favorite part. Where you tell me how to think properly.
Alright.
I mean, I guess it does increase my max SP, so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but still.
Okay.
Careful on your way home. And here comes the phone call. Bring it on. Bring it on, Maruki. Give me the phone call. Give me the arbitrary phone call, which I've been actually told these phone calls that happen every single time are actually a new addition to the Royal version. Gotta be honest, I think I'd prefer it if they weren't here. It feels just more like a nuisance to call me every single time I hang out with someone, because we already spent the day with you. Do we really need to drag it out again? Today got pretty one-sided. I just ended up rambling again. This keeps happening. I should have asked this sooner, but is this leaving you with any mental fatigue? Is your schoolwork being affected? I feel completely fine. I mean, I wouldn't know because we don't have access to the grades for these students, but I assume we're doing fine. I was worried. Not every guy wants a middle-aged weirdo rambling to them about a bunch of philosophical abstracts. I know it's asking a lot, but it'd be great if we could keep... What? The station? Sorry, I think this tourist needs help. I better go. Hold on. Shinjuku Station? And you... Oh, you've got no money, huh? Well, have fun with that. Alright. So now it's time for us to go do some... You haven't heard anything from the student council president, have you? This honest student must be busy kissing ass somewhere. You don't have to be so harsh. What is it about a student council president? The one at our school has kind of been keeping tabs on us. She's been doing a shit job of it, but I guess she's technically been doing that. I think she's suspicious of us. Are you sure it is not merely a result of Ryuji's general misconduct? Shut up. To be honest, the three of you most certainly stand out. As if you don't stand out at all. Do try to be careful. I cannot be there to look over you at school, you know. As if you've been doing... As if looking over us is what you've been doing up until this point. Got it. I'll make sure to keep an eye on Ryuji, too. Why you gotta single me out?
Others kind of overshadow you sometimes, but don't forget, you're famous too. Just make sure you're careful, okay?
Another one?
Hey, inmate!
We need to talk to get over here right now. Why did we... There's not sufficient explanation. Come to the entrance of the Velvet Room before we change our minds. That's the door, the only we can see in your world. You better not go to the wrong place. We're waiting for you, expect great haste and enthusiasm from you. Why? The plan was to work... I don't... Who are you talking to? This sounded really noisy. If you're being someone somewhere, you should probably get going. Do I... Why are my plans always turned into chaos by... Alright, hold on. Let's go feed this stupid plan, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna... The whole plan was that I wanted to work tonight because I need money to buy things. But now apparently I have to go talk to the stupid Velvet Room twits. Shouldn't you give it some plant nutrients? Yeah, we'll feed this with the thing we bought today to tide it over for a little bit longer. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna have to work another day. These are reasonably priced nutrients. This ought to bring a bit of life back to this plant. Like, I really need to... I guess maybe we can push the... Hey, we ranked up. Cool. We've now achieved level 3 with all of the stats. That's pretty good. Okay. And actually, we're making some pretty good progress. Because for a game that's as long as it is, it looks like we only have 2 more dots to reach. So we might max all this out pretty quickly. That'd be pretty cool if we could get everything to rank 5. I don't know how long it'll take to get there, but if it goes as quickly as these as we've reached level 3, this could go pretty well. Let's do it for a while. Okay, so I guess we're gonna have to push our work back to tomorrow. The plan was to work tonight, spend time with Takemi tomorrow, and then I guess I didn't have a plan for what to do tomorrow night. Actually, I guess it doesn't really harm anything because I didn't really have a plan for tomorrow night. Tomorrow, I might honestly have to start. I joked about it at the beginning of the LP how I might have to start typing out like a schedule of what we're gonna do in this damn game, because I know that a YouTuber that I watched that Let's Played the Pikmin games a couple years ago had to do that, where he had to like plan out his days in the game with like on Notepad. So I might have to do the same thing. I might have to plan out what I'm gonna do every single day, because it's getting to be a lot to do at this point. So I think the current plan is to go see what the Velvet Twits want in the room, and then we'll do whatever they want. Let's see how that goes. And then tomorrow we'll spend time with Takemi in the morning or during the day, and then at night we'll go work at the beef place to get more money for the future. That's what we're gonna do. That's the game plan. We're gonna stick to it. So on that note, let's go to Central Street and see what they want in the Velvet Room, which is... Hello, what do you want? Yeah, I get that I don't have time to be playing around. What do you want from me? Thanks. Great. Okay, what do you want? Hello.
Do you need something?
You need me! What do you... Okay, if you don't need anything, then I'm just gonna go. Great. If you don't need me...
Inmate.
What was it? Maybe I need to talk to the person outside. Maybe I need to... Can I talk to you and not just the... Okay, there we go. Just talk to you.
I was waiting.
So you've come, inmates. You're late. Next time we expect you in front of us within 2 seconds of our call. I can't teleport. I mean, I can, but not to this point in the map. We've got some new duties lined up for you. Let's call them special assignment. What the hell? To the point, there are a number of places in your reality society that may foster your rehabilitation. You'll prove the value of these places to us in person.
Listen up, inmate.
What? It will select various locations that we suspect could be vital to your rehabilitation. Should you recognize the place that we mentioned, that you are to escort us there. You're trying to get out of here? Are those ears of yours just for decoration? These are special assignments for the sake of your rehabilitation. Would work just as hard at them as you do the rest of your duties. We will await you in front of the door like this whenever a special assignment is available. Should you meet our expectations, we will scrape together some sort of reward for you, so no slacking off. We ought to mention these special assignments will not be available indefinitely, so praise it for your comprehension. You will have until the end of the year to complete. That's a lot of time. You are also required to continue working to your rehabilitation to earn those assignments. We are really going out of our way for you here. Don't tell us we never did anything special for you. I don't... Outings with the twin... You can now take the twins to various facilities that pique their interest. When these outings are available, the duo can be found waiting for me just outside the Velvet Room. In order to take them to these locations, you'll need to check out the various facilities around the city. Time will pass during an outing with the twins. That concludes our explanation. We will now introduce the first special assignment. Are you prepared? Okay, what? Listen closely. The first location we have chosen is one that has grown quite popular lately. It's purported to offer foods that simulate the feeling of being in space. Oh, so it's the burger shop where we ate a pancake-sized burger those 2 times. The food is apparently massive enough to rival the size of the universe itself and resembles a mysterious spacecraft. If the food exemplifies both the unknown and the vast nothingness of space, it is sure to simulate the heart. Does the description bring any locations to mind? Well, if you know where it is, then escort us there immediately. It could be the Big Bang Burger. Thanks for letting me figure that one out, game. So what'll it be? Let's see what this does. Why not? We may as well. Big Bang Burger? The name is fitting, I suppose. We shall confirm our intel for ourselves. Lead the way. Okay. Great. Dinner with the twins. What? Lovely. It is indeed shaped like a mysterious craft, but it's much smaller than I expected. Yeah, this is weak sauce. I could eat this in one bite compared to what we've eaten previously at this stupid restaurant. Is this the meal they boasted to be as immense as the cosmos? I'm quite disappointed. Hey, inmate, you don't really expect some kind of reward for this. You told me that you'd give me a reward! What you... Yeah. Any further wisecracks in the mystery will be where the craft disappeared to. And that look on your face, you've seen bigger ones than this, haven't you?
What?
You've what? Spill the details or you're going to learn what it feels like to try breeding in space, inmate. Oh, so they can get that large? This is the Big Bang Challenge. What an intriguing concept. For the sake of your rehabilitation, you are to take this challenge. I already took it twice! What? Any objections, inmate? Sure, why not? If anything, I'll respect your competence. You better not disappoint us. I ended up taking the Big Bang Challenge. What? What is this? That's a tower of burgers! It's a little burger tower. That's like as tall as his torso. What are you gonna... You're not eating that. That's not happening. Now that is some daunting mass. It's time to get this the 30-minute Big Bang Challenge started. Ready? Begin. You're not eating that. You couldn't eat that in 30 days, let alone 30 minutes. What, this is not... It's bigger than the inmate's entire stomach. Perhaps the moniker implies that any diner's stomach will suffer from its own Big Bang. I already made that joke when we first came to the Big Bang Challenge. You don't get to steal my jokes, even though you have no cognizance of me making these jokes, but it's fine. Would you care to try it? Maybe help me out in finishing this? Yeah, okay. If my stomach pops, then there isn't going to be any rehabilitation to do at all, and you're not going to have anyone to torture for your own personal enjoyment anymore. We're here only to observe you, and don't forget it. Oh my god. I predict this challenge shall be affiliated. You don't say! Be that as it may, you must finish the food tower in its entirety. Failing to join the Clean Plate Club is a grave offense.
Okay.
Do you think it's a good idea to add even more crimes to your record? Get to the rehabilitating, inmate. You are not eating that. You're not finishing that. I'm already full. Yeah, obviously. You're stopping? Of course I'm stopping. Because there's no way you could ever possibly finish this. My stomach is going to burst. Don't his eyes look rather dead to you? Perhaps he's glimpsing the vast emptiness of outer space? Is he really alright? He's not about to keel over, is he? Well, if he do, then it would give you your just desserts, literally. I don't think I can finish. Obviously, you can't finish. I don't know what universe you thought I'd be able to finish this in. It appears this truly was too much for him to handle. Very well, let's pitch in.
Hey.
You're hopeless, inmate. You better be grateful that we're bailing you out of this. Phew, we did it. I have to say, you really held your own there. You almost didn't make it through, but we'll call this a success since your stomach didn't burst. I must say, though, I'm relatively satisfied with this place's usage of the moniker Big Bang Burger. It's certainly crafted a meal of impressive size, but when compared to what the Big Bang generated, it's not grand in the least. Oh, for God's sake. Do humans have some sort of compulsion for exaggerating sizes of things? Maybe a little bit. Good question. In fact, this challenge raises quite a few of them. You took the challenge for the sake of your rehabilitation, but who in their right mind would willingly consume so much food? Crazy people. Or people desperate to increase their statistics. Maybe I don't understand humanity at all. Say, inmate, why are humans always testing and pushing their limits? Well, there's a lot of reasons why people do those things. To challenge themselves. Some people do it on a dare. Some people do it for fun. But a lot of the time it's just to kind of see, just to test the resolve test your resolve and see how far you can push yourself as a challenge kind of thing. So, I guess this. Aren't there much more practical approaches to training than such as behavior? Yeah, obviously. Hey, Justine, maybe we should take the challenge ourselves. Oh, I would love to see you try. Of course, also to see you as a creator, so, you know, if we were to thrust ourselves into this ordeal, perhaps we would discover some answers. Sure. Hey, person. How can I help you? We're taking the Big Bang Challenge. Well, is the minimum age requirement to be eligible for the challenge? Could I interest you in our Little Bang meal instead? It even comes with a toy. Don't you want a cute little spaceship? A spaceship? That's a burger, fries, and a juice of 500 yen. It'll be right up. Wait, we didn't ask for... Yeah, well, too bad. You're getting it anyway. It's too late now. Let's just settle for that today. I mean, I'm intrigued by the diminutive spaceship. I guarantee you I'm going to end up paying for the stupid spaceship.
Well, we didn't experience any of the wonders of space, but at least the taste was passable. You seemed much more excited by the toy than the taste anyway. Shut up! I saw you eating around those pickle things or whatever they are, Justine. That wasn't food from this Earth. It was clearly a alien spawn of some sort. What?
Uh-huh.
Is this true?
No.
Hey, is it true or not? I ate all of mine, you know. They actually tasted rather good. Calm down, Caroline. We're getting off track. Well, at any rate, we've determined that hamburgers are incapable of conveying the majesty of space. While the toy spaceship helped to soften the blow, there's no denying the truth. Now we will formally acknowledge the completion of your task. Here is your reward.
What the hell is that?
You better work just as hard next time. We know about all sorts of locations that would aid your rehabilitation. I'm still taken aback by the truth. Your world is absolutely full of these shop places. For a reasonable fee, nearly every desire can be fulfilled, all as if it were nothing. That does sound interesting. I believe it may merit further research.
I gave up earning money for this.
Anyways, good work, inmate. Your final task for the day is to escort us back to the Velvet Room. Let's move.
You could probably deck anybody who tries to mess with you on the way back. You don't need me to escort you anywhere. But alright. Well, that was a colossal waste of my time. That was a whole lot of nothing. I turned down getting paid at the beef bowl job for that schlock. You're in high school, right? I know I got a part-time job. They still haven't called or sent the calling card. I'm actually a phantom thief. Want to go grab some coffee? Did some idiot leak pictures again? Alrighty then. So, lesson learned, never do that again. I mean, admittedly, I need to check to see what the actual item we were given was before we can cast aspersions definitively. But assuming it's crap, we're never doing that again. Are we there yet? It's hard to breathe in here. Now for today's train news. Today's headlines are... Calling card Madarami exhibit. The police are evaluating whether this is a true threat or a prank. Scam outbreak in Shibuya. Students are the primary victim. Organized crime suspected here.
Hey.
Students are getting scammed? That's scary. You should be careful when you go to Shibuya. Alrighty then.
What's this? A request to the student body.
It says they're looking for information. I heard Principal Kobayakawa put it up.
Please consult the student council president if you have any details.
So we can go to her for anything? Why the student council president, though? What does she have to do with Principal Kobayakawa?
I mean, Nijima-san is his favorite. Maybe that's why he asked her to do it.
How tragic.
It seems like most of society was surprised by what that artist did. He was someone who represented Japan. They probably trusted him based on his name alone. Indeed, we're easily manipulated by the names we see. Oh, you have no idea how true that is. You have no idea how true that is. Oh, it's got a Pixar logo on it. It can't be a bad movie. Or, oh, it's got a Marvel logo on it. Or a Star Wars logo. Or insert brand here, and it can't be a bad thing. Yup. The world is filled with fake names. For instance, this creature, which you know well. It's called the Red King Crab, but it is a form the crab should not have. Look at this picture.
Give it a try.
The red king crab is biologically related to the hermit crab, so how is it different from a crab? Do you know? At a glance, I think... Looks like... I think the leg count is off. Yeah, the number of legs.
This is it.
Not bad. That's correct. Crabs have 5 pairs of legs, but red king crabs only have 4 pairs. The direction the legs unfolded is reversed too. Typically, they face forward, but red kings do not. That I did not notice. That one I did not notice, but I knew that they seemed like there were less legs than there should have been. Really? Seems kind of smart, doesn't he? Okay, there's that one.
Nice going.
Yep, alright, well, you always go for the golden triangle of answers, or responses from the students, I should say. And incidentally, the tamale of a crab isn't its brain, as some people say. It's actually the crab's liver and pancreas. As you can see, the world is full of deception. I saw some kind of paste like that in the fridge at LeBlanc, but it's not often you see real crab meat. Now, why don't we get sushi for our next celebration? Oh, right, we still have to have a celebratory dinner, I guess. This time with Yusuke. Alright, free time? No free time. Oh, great, Kawakami's class. Our name did spread a bit thanks to Madarame, but I bet people still wouldn't care if we came out and said we're the Phantom Thieves. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. I doubt anyone would believe us. But what good would come of telling people our identities? Maybe they'd at least start treating us with some respect. I don't think I can understand why you feel that way. It's just how things are now, but if we keep doing stuff like that, this will definitely change. We simply need to devote ourselves to the cause. Our praise will come later. What he said. I'm sure some people out there will understand. Also, it doesn't, like, even if people think that what we're doing is cruel, it's like, we're putting away really bad people. They are confessing to their sins, and the people who they abuse are no longer going to be abused by them. So, what we're doing is ultimately for the benefit of society. Alright, free time now? Free time now. Okay. So, never mind. I lied. She's cute, and I hear she's practicing hard. So, should we tell Ms. President? It's so unfair that she gets special treatment. It doesn't really concern me. Student council, what's going on? I wish I were an honest student. I don't want to have to pay tuition. Yo, wow. Wait, what? Okay. That's a new one. Honest students don't have to pay tuition.
What is the meaning of that posting?
That's a new one.
Principal Kobayakawa put that up without my...
We've already received some anonymous information. I heard some students are getting threatened. I'm so scared. Please do something.
Wow. I think we found it. The most useless thing anybody's ever said. I heard from an anonymous source, some students are getting threatened. What am I supposed to do with that? How are they getting threatened? By who? Where? How much? Who's doing it? Who's being threatened? From where and when and why and how? What do you want me to...
What?
They have dirt on me and they're demanding money? I can't go to the police? What should I do? Isn't this talking about the crimes that have been rumored to be occurring in Shibuya?
So there are even victims at our school. What should we do?
This isn't the responsibility of the student council. This is frightening for us too. Principal Kobayakawa called you in yesterday, right? Did he tell you anything about this?
Well, no. He's out today, but I will ask him tomorrow. Please, wait on this for the time being.
If your last conversation with him is any indication, he'll just brush it off like it was nothing.
If you say so.
My apologies for the confusion. Don't worry. I'll do something about all of this. Hey!
Okay, now it's time for free time. After a message, I have some new info. There's a group of burglars terrorizing Shibuya. From what I hear, they only target restaurants and break in after they close for the day. Someone online was asking if it was the work of the Phantom Thieves. Just reading that got me really pissed off. We can't let people lump you guys in with the petty thieves, right? Ugh. Yeah, you guys are way better than these jerks. I heard they've been running away without leaving even a trace of evidence. That's all the information that I have on them right now. Sorry. For now, I'll make a post on the fan site and ask for any more details people might know. And is that another memento we have to do? Alright, well, we have a message from someone. You. It's from the store. Wondering if you have time to come in today. It's a double point today, so we're getting kind of slammed. Really appreciate it. Paid extra for... God damn it. I really wanted to spend time with Takemi today, but we really need the money. Okay, we'll shift it. We'll just bump it up. It's fine. We'll just bump it up on the schedule. It's fine if you can, but if you got time, please come help out. So there'll be a lot of people there. Maybe we could print it. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, fine. Fine. We'll go where I want. The plan was to work at the beef bowl shop at night, but this is guaranteed extra pay, and good lord, do we need extra money right now, so let's do it. Why not? We may as well. We'll just bump it up on the schedule, and we'll figure out what to do. We'll figure out what to, I just remember past it. We'll figure out what to do later. It's fine. It's fine. Keeping you cool this summer, soothing syllables. Now, also, I need to actually check. I probably should. Well, it's fine. We'll check after this. We'll check after this work session to figure out what the twins actually gave us. Let's go to work. You can raise your charm by learning how to handle customers. You want to work this part-time job? Absolutely. You coming in today? That'd be so helpful. This double pay better be worth it. Let me tell you. There's no end to these customers. Just keep your cool and don't forget to smile. That's Shonen Trip. It's apparently a popular manga. There's a barcode on the back next to the company info. That's the Jumbo Vanilla Cup. What a huge cup of ice cream. There's a barcode next to the mascot, Moo Moo. It's a sudden rush of customers as soon as Shibuya-senpai goes on break. Let's just focus on finding the barcodes and quickly getting through the crowd. Shonen Trip, huh? Where's the barcode again? That would be the company info on the back. There it is, let's scan it. You think they also sell a Shonen Fall? This is funny, because Trip and Fall. Hardy har har.
You did great.
Good work on handling it all by yourself. You've been such a huge help. I scanned some barcodes, but I did a whole lot. Good work out there. You got to learn how to be considerate of others through dealing with customers. Now, how much was I paid? Yeah. I got charm or whatever, but I want the money. I came here for the money. I sacrificed the time spent with Takemi to get money. And I was handsomely rewarded for it. I'll happily accept that. I'll change and go home. That'll do for now. That will do for now. We need to work more to keep that up, but that will do just fine for now.
Ah, you're back.
That we are. Alright, well, before we figure out what we're going to do with the rest of our night, let's see what those items that they gave us are, if we can even find them somewhere here. Okay. Not there. Okay, here we go. Allows you to learn the fire skill Miragi and the ice skill Mabafu. Okay. So that's... So we can just give this to one of our personas. Okay, so that's good to know. So in that case, I guess we'll just give it to each, because we can switch these during the battle. So let's just we'll give this to you, and they just learned it. Okay, that's good to know. And I'll give this to you, just to divvy up between all the different personas we have. Never mind, you already know that one, so I'll give it to you. Never mind, you already know that one, so I'll give it to you. There we go. Great. All right. So they give us. All right, that's not that useful then. That's not really all that useful. All right. Oh, well, first before we do anything, we'll do this. Gonna play crossword puzzles? Yeah, it's not one of those things that automatically skips us to the next day, so we may as well do this. Held to inform the public. Meetings, announcements, I guess press conference would... Conference, conference. CEO, and I don't even know if this is gonna fit, but I know the letters are here. Yeah, it's gonna... Okay, never mind, it's gonna fit. It's going to fit. It is going to fit, and we got it. Nice. Yeah, my thought process there was just figuring out what word would work in conjunction with the letters I see. I don't even check to see if it fits, but thankfully it did actually fit there. This is when the press is brought together to hear and report on some kind of information being made public. They can either be planned or assembled last minute. When press conferences are held, different entrances and exits are usually established so the speakers won't get bombarded by the press as they make their leave.
Right.
I see.
Even I can figure that one out. I keep saying it's not that impressive the more you say it. Law of diminishing returns and all that. Okay. Well, now I don't know what to do. Because I gotta be honest, my whole plan kind of revolved around spending time with Takemi during the day and then working at night. We did the reverse, and it probably benefited us in the long run because we got more money out of it. But now I don't know what to do to spend it because I don't want to just waste it. I guess we could study. Can we still go to the diner and study there? Maybe. I mean, we'll give it a shot. I don't know if it's only a daytime thing or not. Let's go where I believe it's right here. Yeah, let's see if we can study here. I bet you can study here while also enjoying the menu. Want to study here? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Because I don't really have any other... I could go talk to the twins again and see if they have anything for me, but I don't know. I think we're just fine with the moves that we have, honestly. It's good that we managed to find seats, even if it is a bit crowded. Or may I take your order? Or just go for the less expensive option. We don't want to blow our money here on just a study session. I'll be right back with your order. It sure does look good, but it's probably gonna actually taste good too, huh?
For real?
You scarf that down without any hesitation. I'm overwhelmed by your guts. Yeah, I mean, for me, you always may as well, even if it's just something as mundane as studying, you may as well do something to increase your stats, because there's no point in just going straight to bed when you could do, when it doesn't harm you to do something. It can only benefit you to do it. But I'm really boned about, I really want to spend time with Takemi. I just keep, and every time I want to, the game just like, actually, what if you do this instead? So it just bites me in the ass. That should be enough for today. Come on, let's go home. Alright. And now it's time for Wednesday. Let's see what awaits us today. I hear there's a forum about the Phantom Thieves. Oh, I've seen him on TV. He's famous, but he still rides the train like everyone else. Isn't that the detective? The Phantom Thieves are kind of cool, huh? With how crowded those things are, I don't know that you'd be able to hear other people that clearly. Hey, that calling card sent to the Monorama exhibit, do you think?
I was wondering about that.
I think it's just like that one sent to Kamoshida. People online are saying the Phantom Thieves are behind this. There's already a fan site with a bunch of requests posted on it. I can't believe they're real-life superheroes. If it's happened twice, it's probably going to happen again. Can't wait to see who's next. Well, from what I've been told by Back to the Future Girl, he's worse than all the others combined, and it puts the first two people to shame.
Oh, yes.
Sounds like a lot of people are going to be on that trip to the studio tomorrow. Do you guys get to see the show too? I wouldn't mind seeing that. I like talking shows. I like talking shows. I like talk shows, ooh, and variety shows. Wonder if they'll talk about the Phantom Thieves. They certainly get plenty of attention on TV and the internet, but I'm a little worried about what might happen if media gets people too riled up. Well, that reminds me, have you guys covered totalitarianism yet? It's a governmental structure that unites its people under a single ideology and authoritarian control of the masses. In theory, it brings people together under one ideal that definitely comes with logistical benefits, but also means forcing ideals on people, assimilating the unwilling. That's how wars get started. Alright, here's a question. Oh joy. Where does totalitarianism take things a step further than authoritarianism? It actually that's a matter of controlling what the people you're ruling over are to believe. Yeah, controlling public thought. That's the difference between that and authoritarianism.
Exactly.
I'm surprised you knew that. Wow. Backhanded compliment. Okay. It's what you could just say, great job, you got it, instead of just saying, wow, I'm really surprised you knew that. A totalitarian government tries to control the culture, morals, and even thoughts of its people. To minimize dissidents, they try to assimilate everyone into one ideology. Even reading the room can be seen as a form of personal assimilation. You all do that too, right? I try to, even though I'm not great at it. Probably being able to read the room is an important skill for a therapist to have, but okay. It's not a bad skill to have. It can even help you survive in the modern world. But you can't do it too much. If you make an echo chamber, then the people whose opinions differ might get hurt. You actually knew that? Maybe I should ask if I could borrow his notes.
Nice.
Yeah, don't dig an echo chamber for yourself. Shutting out all opposing perspectives and things is just a great way to dig yourself a permanent echo chamber where you never hear any opposing views on literally anything. That's the thing. Like I'm very open about my dislike of Apollo Justice, Ace Attorney, and Danganronpa, and I will be making a video on one of those things. Not Danganronpa. I don't ever want to touch that series again until Danganronpa S comes out. But I will be making an Apollo Justice video in the future at some point. And one of the core tenets of that is that I'm actively searching out as many opposing perspectives as possible, like video reviews, written reviews, YouTube comments, everything I can possibly find to funnel it all into one video to try to respond to as many potential counters as I possibly can to make it as comprehensive analysis of the game as I possibly can, because I don't want to just dig myself in an echo chamber and be like, yep, this is the only thing that people say about the game, and that's it, move on. No, I want to take into account what other people have to say and mesh it all together into one big video to try to cover as much ground as possible. And that's even when I first made my LP. I didn't want to just silence people for praising the game. Like, if people wanted to praise the game, you can do it in the comments. You're more than welcome to say whatever you want. And we can discuss things. We can talk about the quality of these things without just digging yourself in an echo chamber and being like, nah, la 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 la, which is what some people do, and it's annoying. Anyway, moving on now. So we're coming up. I think Wednesday. This will be the last day we do for this episode. We'll do Wednesday, and then we'll call things off for today. I'd like to remind you all to keep a strong sense of self and an open mind so we can disagree and still live in harmony. I guess class is almost over. That's it for today. A strong sense of self, huh? We need to make sure we don't lose sight of what we believe in, too. Alrighty then. So today we're gonna, after this cutscene, we're gonna spend time with Takemi. Because we don't have anything else to do, and we've been trying to do it for a while now, so there's nothing that's gonna stop me from spending time with Takemi today. Sounds like the principal's trying to get info on the students. Why do you think he's doing that?
It's probably because of Mr. Kamoshida, right? Considering what happened with Suzuki-san.
I like how we're always right nearby all the people that are doing the juicy gossip.
Huh? I heard Principal Kobayakawa knew about the sexual harassment too, and just turned a blind eye to it. I bet he wants to snuff out any rumors now. Even the volleyball team was told to keep quiet.
That's the worst. So that's what he's using Nijime Senpai for?
Oh yeah, rumor has it she knew as well. Isn't that horrible? Chick's all noble about it too.
Nijime Senpai knew?
What is the meaning of this, Principal Kobayakawa? Why did you post that notice?
It was all for your sake. I thought the more information you had, the easier your investigation would become. And did any information arise about the case I asked you to look into?
Nothing yet. I will pass the details along if anything comes up. Right now, there is a more pressing issue. It appears there are students at Shuchen who are being threatened by a criminal organization. A student who saw your posting came to us looking for help. I'd like to request a countermeasure.
Isn't this some sort of mistake? I can't believe this would happen to the students of our academy. Now is no time for such problems. There is still lingering concern regarding the Phantom Thieves.
Okay, Makoto, if this were ever an indication that something is horribly, horribly wrong here and you need to do something about it immediately, it would be this interaction right here. Because you just told him the students are being threatened and blackmailed by a criminal organization, and his response wasn't, oh my god, what can we do about this? What are our options here? Let's try to figure out a way to help them and stop this madness. His reaction was, lol, who cares? This isn't the time to be dealing with this. We gotta do something about the Phantom Thieves. The Phantom Thieves who, by the way, up until this point, have done nothing but help the school by freeing the victims of Kamoshida from his tyrannical reign of abuse and sexual harassment. Unless, of course, your morals are actually horribly skewed, and you don't actually care about that, and you're just butthurt because Kamoshida was kicked out, rightfully kicked out for what he did, because you're upset that you aren't going to be able to take the volleyball team to the championship anymore. Not like that would ever happen. Not like your morals would be that skewed or anything crazy like that. So yeah, Makoto, this man is not a good person. Time for you, this should be your awakening, okay, not awakening, this should be your wake-up call moment that something's not right here.
But we received a request for help.
I'm rather busy at the moment. If you wish to do something, you will need to act on your own.
Ring-a-ding-ding, red flag, everyone. The alarm bell's going off. Beto, Beto, Beto.
Sir, are you sure about this? I'm still investigating your case as well.
Yes, that's correct. It works out perfectly. My intentions have borne fruit. This criminal organization must be the connecting factor. If you pursue this criminal issue, you'll surely find clues about the Phantom Thieves.
You fastest reverse card in history.
But that's absurd.
So, let's say this rumor is true. Do you intend to ignore those students in trouble?
You just said not 1 minute ago that there is no time for such problems and that there are still lingering concerns regarding the Phantom Thieves. You just said that. You do not get to sit up on a high horse on your little soapbox and try to impugn Makoto for being like, don't you care about the students in trouble? Get out of here.
Your sister would have solved this easily if she were in your position. My expectations of you are very high. I hope you don't disappoint.
He just sucks so bad. Like, Makoto's crap at her job, but I still feel for her with how she's being treated by that guy. So what kind of person would be a bigger target than Madarame? I wonder. I guess it'd have to be someone who's the talk of the town. It's quite a vague prerequisite. Do we have any more specific ideas? Crooked politician. That is an interesting line of thought. Either way, we'll need a lead before we can begin anything. We'll just have to look for that as we go. If only there was a big target just lying around for us. I'm sure we'll find one at some point. Alright, after school time? Alright, now it's time to hang out with Takemi. Now it's time. Tomorrow's field trip, yeah, it's TV, I guess. I guess that'll be a good breaking point, because tomorrow's the field trip to the station, so I guess that'll be a good way to start the episode. That'll be the big event for tomorrow, is going to the field trip. Alright, so, let me guess. A message asking me to come to work? Yeah, I'm not doing your little work. You piece of shit video game. Why did you do this to me? You... Why do you hate me so? Alright, I guess there is something that's gonna stop me from spending time with Takemi, god damn it. I was thinking I need to make good on our deal and sound like the president, right? We can start hammering those basics into you anytime. So you're going to spend time with... God damn it, game. How about we meet in the park? Sure. Oh, sorry, I never know when this phone is actually working. Anyways, the park then, I'll see you there. God damn it. The game, it's like the game's trolling me.
I think that's good.
It showed me Takemi and then sent me a message from her at the same, you absolute, because somehow this video game is actually sentient and it knew that the only thing that would ever stop me from spending time with Takemi would be if Kazumi messed. God damn it. Not bad, Magic. You're pretty flexible and you catch on so fast. At this rate, you'll have the fundamentals down in a heartbeat. My body's aching just from mimicking Kazumi's poses. It's all about the harmony between the internal and external oblique muscles. I can't get enough of it. No, I think we're just getting started.
I knew it.
Feisty, are we? By the way, that was my shitty Master Chief voice. I'm glad to hear it. XP level gymnastics are beautiful, but they demand a lot of stretching. All right, let's see. I don't know if I actually mentioned this before, but I actually did gymnastics for a few years when I was a kid. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I never wanted to, because the thing is, the coach looked at my performance. He's like, "You're great. You should go pro," and I'm like, "No." Because everyone, my parents and the coach told me that I should be a professional gymnast, as in, like, you know, compete in gymnastic events competitively throughout middle school and high school and all that. Not as in, like, go to the big leagues kind of thing. But I never wanted to do it because, well, for one, the further on in schooling I got, the more I realized that, as I mentioned in previous episodes, those kind of extracurricular activities are just a time vortex, and they just suck up all your free time. And I didn't want to commit that much of my time to that, especially with how obsessive schools are about focusing hardcore on athletics and nothing else. So I just never did it. I never went to gymnastics because I wanted to go pro. I went there because it was fun. It was fun to just, like, jump around, cartwheels, and all the athletic things you do in the wide open space, climbing the poles and bouncing on trampolines and doing somersaults all sorts of obstacles, rope climbing, jumping into pits, doing somersaults in the air, all those crazy things we could do. It was a good workout, and it was a hell of a lot of fun, and I really had a lot of fun, and I liked the kids that were there, like the other kids my age that were there. We had a blast hanging out together, so I actually did it for a few years, and it was a lot of fun. I just never took it any further. Alright, let's continue. I stretched with Kazumi.
Good effort.
I think that's enough stretching for now. Good effort, senpai. And, I'd like to continue with our training, but I'm actually not doing so great at the moment. I'm not sure I could manage anything too strenuous. Alright, well, next time then. Thank you for understanding.
I was thinking...
Do you remember how I said I wanted to talk to you about something? I've been feeling like I'm stuck in this slump. No matter how much I practice, I just can't get any better. I went to my coach about it, but she told me to take some time off from gymnastics. According to her, I need to really think about who I really am. The idea is not to stop doing gymnastics, just she wants me to take a break. So now, I've never had an issue that practice couldn't solve, but now I have no idea what to do. So I want you to help me. How? Even if we're not doing gymnastics, we still keep going. I could have phrased that a bit better, but wow. Could you have phrased this any shittier? Could you have said that sentence in a less... Okay. So, This is probably a bad idea. This is probably a really bad idea. But you know what? Let's go for it. What could possibly go wrong? Not like that. I've heard my coach praising me. She says Kazumi's greatest weapon has always been her boldness. And honestly, that used to be true. I was totally fearless, confident. Gymnastics was a fun challenge. But ever since I started high school, I've been in a slump. I got taller for one, and there was some other complications. I can't move how I want anymore. Like, it's not even my own body. I kind of fell into a depression. I got pretty bad. Jesus Christ, this is like talk number 3 with her, and we're already dealing with heavy subjects. Good God.
But
When you've helped me in Shibuya, something occurred to me. When I saw how fearless you are, how confident you are, I knew you were the right one for the job. If I stick with you, Senpai, I think I can learn how to be confident again. Let's give it a try.
Yes.
It's great, thank you. You're a strange one, Senpai. I didn't think you'd accept. Well, I'll try and return the favor through our deal. I can sense her appreciation. Alright, Nito Mosquito. We did it. We totally did it. We've increased the ranking again.
Alright.
Cool. We're making great progress. After the lessons with Kazumi, I can now use tumbling. If a shadow attacks you head-on in a palace, you'll be able to avoid being surrounded by enemies and turn the situation into a normal encounter on average. That's helpful. Oh, she's just awesome. That's incredible. That's so useful. The amount of times that I got my ass beaten by people because I just got caught off guard, like when I was chasing the Wilseys in the last palace, and I just got whipped around and smacked around by the stupid people that surrounded me. Not anymore. That's helpful as all hell. Oh, excuse me. I should get going. I have a meeting with my coach. I need to get going for today, but I'll make sure you don't regret this. I don't think there's a possible world in which I would ever regret this. I feel like my stamina increased.
Alright.
Rushed off in the distance. I should gather my belongings and head home. I'd say that was worth it. And here comes the phone call. Thank you very much for joining me today. Are you feeling sore after all that? You place stress on muscles that you don't use very often. Please remember to massage them out before you sleep. I'm so glad you accepted my request. I was so relieved I suddenly got really hungry, and my stomach wouldn't stop growling in my meeting. Impressive is a weird thing to say, but let's see how it goes. Thank you very much, though I don't know that's really worth any praise. An excessive diet tends to make most people feel sick, but it seems to have an opposite effect on me. Since you're helping me out, I'll do whatever it takes to maintain my shape. I hope you can help me next time, Senpai. I'll be reaching out again soon. Well then, I'll talk to you soon. Until next time. Yeah, so I am eagerly looking forward to spending more time with her. Wait.
You're back.
Here's a classic, you're back. Oh, now who? You know, we're going to the TV station tomorrow, yeah? Thinking we might find our next target there. Oh, that's right. We're always hearing gossip about the dark side of celebrities. You're absolutely right. With that much money, they've probably got their fingers in all sorts of dirty business. The phrasing has quite the immoral ring to it. You always react to the weirdest stuff. We get to observe a live recording of a show, right? Maybe we're gonna be on TV. We'll just be in the crowd. Remember, any TV appearance would be for like 2 seconds. Trying to pull any fanciful stunts to gather attention, alright? Alright, and on that note, I believe we're gonna call things off today. I think we've got a good stopping point. So my game plan is probably gonna be, I'm probably gonna work at the beef bowl shop tonight. Well, I mean, at the beginning of tomorrow's episode, but tonight is in the evening of Wednesday, the 8th of June. So that's gonna be where we start. And of course, tomorrow we'll go to the social studies trip event. Tomorrow evening, probably, I guess I may as well just keep working to keep getting more money. And the first chance we get, I want to spend time with Takemi, if we can. I mean, if we can't, then we'll just push it back to the future, but I would really like to be able to spend time with her soon, so we'll spend time with someone, be it Takemi or On, we'll find a way to spend time with someone tomorrow, but priorities are probably going to be the social studies trip, whatever comes of that, as well as working to get more money, so that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching, stay tuned for next time, catch you all tomorrow with some more Persona 5 Royal. Goodbye!